So I immediately switched hospitals for a second opinion. And thanks to a dear friend of mine who had gone through this procedure already, she had referred me to her previous medical team. She's actually probably one of my nearest and dearest who had prophylactic double mastectomy and reconstructive surgery as a preventative, which basically is called the Angelina Jolie she did, because she carried the gene in her family and her mom and her grandmother had previously had cancer. So she prepared me through everything, and I absolutely love her because she is the future for me right now. She has a beautiful baby, and just she's leading the way for me in my future and gave me so much hope, and she really guided me through this. So you know who you are. No names need to be mentioned, but I heart you so much. And she really helped me find that medical team to be confident in the people who are going to be taking care of me. The one thing I hear the most about is how oncology teams, surgeons are just not listening to the patients and not supportive, and most definitely not compassionate. And I didn't have to deal with any of that. I was very, very fortunate. July 15th, 2019 was the date of my double mastectomy and reconstructive surgery. Now, I didn't really allow myself to process this whole cancer acceptance feels, I guess you can say. And the way I prepared for that surgery was taking off 3 weeks and going on a solo trip to Europe. I had basically scheduled my surgery, the biggest surgery of my life, the first surgery of my life. I never even went under for anything, never had wisdom teeth taken out, nothing. And so this was a big deal. It was super scary. So taking that trip really kind of allowed me to heal, and also planning my surgery on that date and trying to push it to make it to my friends in New York wedding. That was the highlight of my summer, and I wasn't going to miss that for anything. I know people think I'm crazy that I'm pushing my health a little bit behind, but hey, it all worked out, and the universe was in my favor at the time. Let me explain to you now what a double mastectomy actually is. It is not a free boob job, if only it was that easy. Basically, think about carving the inside of a pumpkin. You know when Halloween comes around and you literally gut the pumpkin, the seeds, the pulp and everything in there? That is what I went through. Sorry if Halloween does not seem the same for you anymore, but that's the best analogy I can give you. So carving out all of the tissues, the breast milk ducts, everything, and leaving it so it's just bare skin filled in with an implant. Sounds like fun, huh? So basically the timeline from there rolled out as I had my double mastectomy, I had my reconstructive in the same surgery, had drains coming out of me with, like, I call them drain grenades. They look like these grenades that are pumping fluids out. I felt like a freaking science project. Never in my life having to go through anything and being perfectly healthy to this being the biggest thing of my life. Then the pathology report came in and showed that it was microinvasive. So that means that there were still some cells that were creeping up in the wall ducts, hadn't been fully released yet, which would have been fully invasive. They were still somewhat contained, but they were creeping up. So it was getting there. I had done in my double mastectomy a nipple sparing double mastectomy. I wasn't ready to let them go. It was already so much for me to remove so much of my breasts that was a part that I really wanted to keep. Now, my lump being right behind the nipple kind of left it 50-50. My surgeon was super sweet and told me that it's really based on the pathology report. We'll do the surgery, and if it comes back that you need to get it removed, then come back, it's quick surgery, and we'll remove it on September 13th. And about a month and a half, 2 months later, I got the left nipple excised, which is where my tumor was, because the pathology report had shown that there were still some invasive cells. From then onwards, I thought, all right, I'm free, walking around as one headlight, living my best life, or trying to, and healing through this journey. The pathology reports came in from that nipple excision surgery in September, where there was still some remaining uncleared margins of DCIS in that area that was attached now to my implant. Woohoo! More to go. Well, this determined whether I was going to go through another surgery or I was going to have treatment done, which is only radiation would be the only other option in my case. They presented it to the tumor board, and tumor board pretty much said that the margin that was unclear that they need to clear, in order to do so, it would be safer to just go in and surgically kind of crop out that area and call it clear from there. Rolling around into 2020, January 24th, I had my last and final surgery that cleared that margin. Can I get some clapping, please, and cheers? One of the things that I was really scared of is going through treatment, because I know there's a lot of long-term side effects, and I just wasn't ready to go through that. So I sat down and I closed my eyes and I would meditate, and manifest that treatment is not going to be the option. And the next day rolled in and I went in and they said there's no need for treatment. I had a great support system from my nearest and dearest close friends and my close family who was there for me throughout this entire journey. Really made it comfortable. And if the one thing that I have to learn from this experience is realizing how loved I truly am. From phone calls to text messages to check-ins to friends coming over and taking over my kitchen and making me snacks and having movie nights when I couldn't get up off the couch and I was just literally bedridden some days and I was really exhausted and couldn't do anything. Picking me up and taking me out just for fresh air because I couldn't drive for several weeks were all things that I appreciated so much, more than the baskets and the flowers and the toys, which I still cherish as well. Having friends from across the border fly in and stay with me to be a part of my healing journey. It was so much love, and I can't ever get over that feeling of how loved I really was during this time. No matter how much love and support that I got from my nearest and dearest of family and friends, no one can truly relate to how you really feel other than the ones who are going through it themselves or had gone through it. And that's where I ended up finding an online support group. Rethink Network for Young Women is an amazing network online for young women with breast cancer. And I was able to really connect and ask questions and have questions answered for me. And I made a circle of friends through this network, as well as through a support group that I was part of called Gilda's Club. I would literally live at Gilda's Club. I was there like 4 or 5 days a week. I would attend all of their programs, and I made a lot of friends through this. And that circle of friends, my GGs or my breasties is what I call them, are the girls that I turned to during this time. So you all know who you are. So much love for you on that and being there for me as I was for you. The way I look at this newfound network of women alike is like finding out I was another species and entering this planet that I now call home. And they're all there like, welcome, you're one of us now.